Legend Total War here, and today we've got a Saving Your Disaster campaign, playing as Clan Pestilence on the Vortex campaign. And whilst it might not look like a disaster campaign at the moment, it is because he's at the point where the Dark Elves have finished their rituals, and he said in his email that he basically just can't win it. Now, winning this battle here doesn't give him victory, because he hasn't done, he's on his second last ritual. But if he doesn't win that within 3 turns, it's game over for him. So it doesn't matter how much territory he's got. If he doesn't win it, it's over. So apparently he's tried it a bunch of times, and he just hasn't won. So he sent it to me to try and save him. Which I'm going to try to do. But here's the thing. This campaign is only on normal difficulty. So I'm going to do a bunch of things that, even though... Look, let's just assume I do it, right? I'm going to make the campaign a little bit more difficult for him because he sent it in to me. So... as sort of like a punishment for me having to bail him out of this situation. Which isn't going to end his campaign, but it will, you know, whatever. Now, you could easily just revert this, but I'm going to do the battle on the hardest difficulty. It's not really a disaster campaign, I suppose. It's a disaster battle. Okay. And we're also going to... I don't know how ready he is for this, but I'm going to begin that ritual. So that after this has been dealt with... well, he's got to deal with the ritual as well. Which, like I said, I have no idea how prepared he is for it. But, you know, it's not game over if he screws that one up. Anyway, so, you know, if you want to get into... if you wanted to get into this hole, you got to pay the troll toll. If you know what I mean. Okay, so... then we're going to reform Skrulk's army up a little bit. Because I had a little bit of a look at his armies, and the most of them are complete trash. But Skrulk's definitely got the best one. But some of his army could be reformed a little bit. So he's got clan rats for spears. Garbage. Get rid of them. Whilst I'm going to do the battle now, I'm not going to bother about, you know, recruiting some storm vermin with halberds, which would be a significant upgrade. Plague monks are good as well. And then I might grab the Plague Claw catapult. Now, there'll be a fair few dragons in that army from the Dark Elves, and we don't have a lot of anti-large. I mean, the Plague Claw catapult's anti-infantry. I mean, these ones here are anti-large, but they're still clan rats, so they're kind of garbage. Warp Fire Throwers could be alright. We've already got one. Problem with Warp Fire Throwers is that they're just quite kind of low range and kind of micro-intensive, and this is the kind of battle where there's a lot going on, so I don't really want to have too much micro-intensive stuff going on, because it just increases our margin for error. That being said, I just don't think we need it. Plague Monk Sensor Bearers, okay, yeah. So, alright, I'm going to go with that. So, at least there's no complete trashy units in there. Obviously, Plague Monk Sensor Bearers would have been better than just regular Plague Monks, but that's what we got. Alright, so let's do this. So apparently it says we have no chance. Now, he's got loads of food, which is great because I'm going to spend it. Well, spend as much of it as I can. And we get a little bit of reinforcements from Tyrion and Mazdamundi. Nothing major, though. And he'll be getting reinforcements from Marathi. Significant reinforcements as well. It's also on large unit scale, not huge, which is fine, whatever. This... it actually kind of makes the enemy dragons more difficult to deal with, because the smaller the unit scale, sort of the more damage they do. So yeah, I definitely would say that for Skaven, huge unit scale is actually a little bit easier. But some people just play on this scale, which is fine, whatever. Okay, so we've got reinforcements coming from here and there. I don't really want to surround myself with them. We want to split the enemy army up, ideally. Don't have any anti-large, so the placement of any of our units doesn't really matter that much. Then move up a little bit, but just not within range of shooting them. Just out of range, because if we're in range, they'll come at us straight away, and I don't want them to. So just stay a little bit further back, about there. And what we're going to do is we're going to send Skrulk up first to annoy them. Because we can see the balance of power was... Okay, it went up in her favor, and then it's going back. Yeah, it's gone back down. Alright, so... Casting a couple of spells could be good. Oh, we already got plenty of magic. Yeah. I probably didn't need to do that. Okay, so that's good versus single combatant. That'll be good against dragons, I suppose.
Yes, brethren. Onward.
Okay. So everyone's being defensive at the moment. That's good-ish. Alright, there we go. Pop that down there. And also pop one down here. And I believe what they'll do is, yeah, they love to cast spells on the menace below. So they just casted a Blade Wind essentially on their own unit. Good job. Good job. Ooh, I've got to get in pretty close to do this. Ah, good, it worked. Now, if he gets in close, we can pop this down to sort of tie him down a little bit. Okay, let's move. Okay, they're shooting at him now. Not at Skrulk, you dipshit. Okay, they backed off. Don't let them fire at will, not yet. So, you know, it did a bit of damage to him. Basically, we're just being a total rat here. Well, I am the cheese master. He's being a little bit hard to hit. He really should have had a Warlock Master engineer thing in the army. Would have really helped. Oh, you gotta love it when they're casting breath attacks on the rats down there. Gotta get in really close to use this. See, there could be shades in there that are getting hit by it. Hard to say. Okay, and tie them down again. Oh, we got Marathi coming after us now. Those are not doing a great job. Maybe try to pick a different target. Come on, get up there. Gotta save Skrulk. If he routes, she'll probably stop targeting him. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna stop targeting him now. There we go. And delay them as much as possible. Yeah, be careful about where you're shooting. But she's tied down now at least. Skrulk will be okay. Okay, Skrulk's back. Cool. Okay, Marathi's shattered, so that's... Okay, she's actually gone now. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Now these are anti-infantry. Don't be shooting at them. Okay, shoot at Malekith. Significant blob over here. We should really open that up a little bit.
Suffer the clean. Law of pestilence.
Yeah, this problem with Skaven. They break and then you gotta send them in constantly. Need to get the warp fire thrower teams to safety. Did that not... Where'd the cast go? Kind of an annoying spell. Okay, bouncer power's been improving. Just keep tying them down, let the artillery do all the damage. Hope you don't have any attachment to your rats, your crappy rat army. I think we took out Malekith. Yeah, we gotta do something to tie down this Hydra. Don't let it get to the artillery. Looks like we're winning. That's not gonna do anything. You know, I was actually thinking about not using this assassin, but he actually had some really good abilities with him. So I'm glad I left him in. So just keep that guy tied down. Oh my god, look at this mess. There's no time to get things reorganized. So they're probably going to win over here. We had to deal with the bulk of their force. I would have preferred it if they sent more over there, so that we didn't take so much damage, but whatever. And he said he couldn't even win the battle. What's going on over here? Okay, well, I don't have enough troops to really stop one of these Blackguard of Nagaron. Yeah. Try to get them out of there so at least the unit doesn't get wiped out. This only works against heroes. Alright, yeah, the worst of this is now over. So you're probably going to lose some rat ogres, but in all honesty, there's better units than rat ogres. Get yourself a hell pit abomination. Hell pit abomination if you want a good beastly unit. The only thing that was actually good in this army was like the plague monk sensor bearers and the plague and the artillery, which is just about out of ammo now. Alright, it looks like they got the army loss penalty.
The enemy are driven off, my lord. Their plans are thwarted. Victory!
Now, there is another little thing, which I didn't mention, but when you send me in a save file, there is something that you need to keep in mind, especially if you don't have the DLC already. You see, as soon as you send it to me, and the game is saved at my end, all the DLC is installed onto the save file, which means in order for you to continue playing this campaign, you have to get all of the DLC for Warhammer 2. Because I can tell that he didn't have it because he doesn't have any of the DLC units.
They are mine now.
Yeah, take the money, whatever, because stuff fine. Anyway, that'll keep you sorted for the time being. And that knocks the Dark Elves out of the race. The army got a lot more beaten up than I would have liked. And, yeah, so on one hand, I saved your campaign. And on the other hand, yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to continue even playing it without buying the DLC. So, thanks dude. See you next time, fuckers. Send me more save files.